What's good, fam? It's your boy Jorge. Welcome to another episode of the Boys Podcast. I got Mike in the studio with me.
Hi, Mike again.
Dude, this is our 10th episode on the new podcast format.
Dude, we're kind of killing it, huh?
Yeah.
I thought for sure we'd be like 2 and done.
Nah.
Or not.
So,
To celebrate number 10.
Little cheers.
Ice cold out of the freezer. Yerba mate. Ow.
This is not sponsored.
I just trimmed my fingernails. Can't get into it.
Oh,
Yeah, dude. That's a good one. Oh, it's so cold.
I got stuck
Yeah, you did.
a little bit.
You got ice in there?
Yeah.
That's delicious. I'm ready to fire this podcast up.
Yeah. There's nothing like a good yerby slip or sip in the morning.
It just makes the mood different. I'm telling you. So,
What's up, dude? You trim your beard a little bit?
yeah. See the chins?
Nah, just
Dude.
more of your face. It's nice.
God, it sucks. So right when I did it, it was like windy and cold.
Uh-huh.
It sucked. I was so bummed because I didn't have a beard. But dude, it's like I have the world's worst hair on my body everywhere.
Uh-huh.
Right? So my head doesn't grow hair.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But the hair that it does grow is like a wire brush.
Mhm.
And then my beard hair, like I've tried to buy like a real nice beard trimmer and like dial it in so I can just like trim a layer off.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't work because my hair is like so like wiry.
Mhm.
I would go over it like 20 times and there's still like a little patch, like 4 or 5. So it's, I grow a beard for a month, shave it off.
Are you going to shave it completely during summer?
If I lose like 20 pounds,
Yeah.
dude, it's gnarly. Like the last time I shaved it, dude, I looked like freaking Butterball, dude. I was just a big round white
Butterbean?
face. Yeah, whatever his name is.
The boxer?
Dude, it sucks.
Okay. Well, yeah, I was actually wondering about that.
Yeah.
Because when I edit the podcast, I'm always like, or do the thumbnails for the.
Why are you staring at me, dude?
Well, I got to. I got to find it, So
Yeah.
I'm like, man.
And then,
Mike's going to cut his beard.
yeah.
But that makes a big difference right there.
And then from here down, I grow a ton of hair, nothing on my head.
That's weird.
Everything, dude. I'm pretty happy with my life, but sometimes I look at it, I'm like, dude, I have to do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like I have to shave my head all the time. I've got an itchy beard. Like when it comes like right now, like my face gets all red and then it goes all the way around my neck.
Uh-huh.
Just annoying, dude. Look at you, dude. You're just baby face all the time. No,
Well-
not really no neck hair, no chest hair flowing out of your collar.
I basically have hair from here on up.
Up.
That's it.
God.
It's weird.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well.
That's my rant for the morning.
Well, there we go. It's not bad.
That's Mike's morning.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, life could be worse.
Yeah.
Like I'm healthy and I got shit going for me, but all I think about is looking at my bald head
Yeah.
and my wiry hair all over my body.
It happens.
I got like 8 body trimmers. It's annoying. You don't know what it's like.
I don't, but there is a body trimmer out there that sponsors a bunch of podcasts, so maybe one day,
Yeah.
and then
Hook me up.
You can see if it works for you.
Yeah. And everyone's like, dude, why do you shave your body? Like, that's so like not manly, this and that. And I used to do it because like in moto, like you'd shave your arms because we didn't do it for looks. It's like if you crashed and like took your whole elbow skin off, dude, you know what it's like picking that shit out of like a gorilla on your arm, Like it hurts. So I did that. And then the knee brace thing came out. So you would like shave your legs. And I don't like shave. Like I said, I body trim, but it was nice. And now it's like when it grows back, it's like all itchy and it feels weird. So I just keep doing it.
Yeah,
And if I didn't, dude, I would be partially black
be kind of cool.
just because of my hair.
Yeah.
Like my arms would be solid black.
Yeah,
Like you've seen our buddy Rushton,
yeah,
black.
he's pretty hairy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He's
that's
got
what
it
I-
everywhere. Yeah.
He's got it everywhere. Full head, everything.
Yeah. How's your weekend?
Weekend was, oh God. The weekend was another brutal one.
You
So
went for it?
yeah, so I had a tournament with our buddy Little Travie.
Okay.
And it's always a good time because he's like deep Reno, like an hour from us, So it's like I don't really get to see those guys a whole lot. So I told Travie I would do a tournament with them and probably stay up there and hang out. And dude, like I think the tournament was at 9 a.m. It was 30 degrees and cloudy and windy. Dude, and we were freezing, right? So we're like, this
Yeah, I
kind of
saw your photo.
yeah, we're like, this kind of sucks. And it never really got better. But the promoter of the charity tournament like comes up at like 10 o'clock and throws us like little vodka shooters. And dude, I don't shoot vodka. I don't really like shots, period.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, God damn it. So they start doing it. So I'm like, okay, well, I got to do it. The other 2-3 dudes in our group. So I rip a shot of vodka. We get to the second 9, dude, and I'm pretty hammered. And it's like not even noon. I'm like, oh my God. Dude comes back with shots of Fireball. Throws them in our cart. They start doing them. So I do them again. So by the end of the golf tournament, I'm toast. Like, Trav's, I'm a good toast, right? Like, I know what's going on. I'm not falling over in the bar. Trav's chick comes because he left his truck at the course from the day before because he got hammered.
Damn.
So she Ubers over, picks us up. We go get a bunch of barbecue stuff. We're cooking. And then like our buddy Hemi and Tony B and Norm and all these dudes start coming over.
Yeah.
And granted, me and Trav have been drinking since 8:30. So these dudes come over and want to start like 3 drinking beers, which is like, we'll do like, as much as you want the first drink, finish it off and within 3 drinks. And I kept 2 drinking it because I was showing off. Mm-hmm. Dude, by like 9 o'clock at night, I was in a different planet. I didn't know where I was.
Damn.
We were doing the YouTube music videos and all kinds of stuff, but it's so hard because you get so excited when you don't see people all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I knew I was only going to be up there a day or 2, and like Tony B has a kid now, so like we never see him. So it was super fun. But yeah, I woke up Sunday morning and I was still wasted, and I was supposed to golf down here. And like sometimes you wake up still buzzed, or sometimes you feel like shit. This was like still like I'm afraid to get out of bed right now.
Did you go to bed kind of early on Saturday too?
Like 11:30, midnight-ish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so not super early, but not bad. And I'm like, well, I got 2 choices. I can either try and drive back to Carson and golf, or I can just stay up here another day and get hammered. And Trav came in, and I ended up staying and getting hammered.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
2 beers, I was like on the verge. And then we went to a bar at like 4 p.m.
Yeah. Trav's
local bar with like Norm and Hemi, and I'm like trying just to like pull it together. Like the bartender's talking to us and shit. I can't barely see her. I'm like, this is not good. So that was my weekend. Don't remember. It was fun though. A lot of fun. Good to catch up with old friends.
Yeah, it's always good to see everyone.
Yeah. And you? Probably nothing like my weekend, I'm sure.
No, I did the exact opposite from you. I did the family thing, and we went and bought a couch. I talked about that.
Nice.
So we went and pulled the trigger, bought a couch. Won't be here for 6 to 8 weeks.
Cool.
That's sick.
I love when you do that.
Yeah. It was there the week before when we went and checked it out first. And then we were going to, all right, let's maybe pick a different one. We'll see what's going on. Check some few other places, and they were like, yeah, we'll get it to you like right away. Go in. They're like, oh, no, it's going to be like 52 days.
It's the worst.
Like, dude.
Especially when you're just excited. Like you're getting something new, and it's like something big like that changes the way your house looks, and you're all excited. And they're like, oh, yeah, you got like 2 months. You're like, what?
Yeah, I know like Heather's like super excited to have. Like, it's a dope couch. So, it's going to make the area. And then, we got kids and stuff, and they got little friends that come over. So someone broke our TV. Not like broke it, but like something hit it where now it has like a green line just on the very edge, So it's not broken. We've been watching. It's fine. But, with a new couch, get a bigger TV, probably set it up in a different because it's a bigger couch. So it's going to fill up our area a little bit better.
Damn, dude, this podcast must be paying well. I had the same TV for freaking 20 years, dude.
Killing it, dude. We got new mics and TVs and couches.
Any herbs? I didn't pay for it.
Yeah.
So I'm actually kind of sponsored, huh?
See?
Dude.
It's the perks of being on the boys.
I know. I love it. That's why I do it. I do it for the herbs. But you always ask me for topics, and I actually thought of one the other day. OCD, right? Because I was thinking of the couch and like how you want it to look very specific to your area and set up just right and your TV. Dude, I was thinking, so I'm super weird, right? Like when I organize like my fridge, like my drink fridge, I put everything labels all this exact same way. Like on my nightstand, my remotes are all lined up perfect. I usually like make my bed good. Like my toothbrush and all my stuff in my bathroom's all in the same spot. And I'm like, man, I'm kind of weird. And like on my radio in my truck, I'll always go to like 10, 15, 20. I'll never do like an 18. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, I'm kind of like OCD. And then I open a cabinet like over there to look for something. Dude, there's shit everywhere.
Yeah.
So like what kind of OCD am I? Like I'm a weird one. Like I have to put everything in a certain spot. But stuff that people can't see, it's a mess.
Dude, right when you were just saying that, I was thinking the same thing. But because like, I'm kind of the same, but not to that extent. But I feel like my office area, it's messy. And they say like usually like smart people. Not saying that I'm smart, but
I'm not smart.
Smart people like geniuses always have like cluttered and stuff because they just like remember everything is.
Yeah.
Everything they just.
I've heard that.
And then like I always see like. I know a few people that are like engineers and I go to like their office you're like, dude, you guys are ridiculous how dirty this is.
Yeah.
How can you do anything? So I think like in that sense, maybe like we kind of leave certain things messy, but then on the other part, like everyday life part, it's like clean because we like to look at it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like too, like when people come over, like even you, I've known you for freaking 20, 30 years damn near. Like when you come over, I'm like, dude, I don't want shit everywhere. And like, he thinks I'm like a slob. And like when we party here and I wake up and there's beer cans, dude, that's the first thing I do.
Yeah.
No matter how bad I feel, I'm like, dude, I can't, like, this is bothering me. But then you can open a cabinet and there's shit everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like the weirdest thing. Like I'm a visual OCD guy, I guess.
Yeah, because that's the stuff you see every day. It's
yeah.
Like you want it to look nice.
Yeah.
And like, you know, organized.
Yep.
I get it. But dude, the truck thing's funny because I do that too. I'll like put my volume up to like 30 and I'm like, nope, it has to be like 33 or 34 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, that's so weird.
Dude.
Or I'll put it on 33 and I'm like, and I'm like, no, I gotta
change, dude. Yeah. It's so weird. Yeah, like, and I actually like tested myself. Like one day I had my radio, I like put it up to like 18. I'm like, dude, just leave it. And I start driving and I got like, I don't know, 2 minutes down the road. I'm like, I can't. And I rounded it up.
Yeah.
I always round it up. It's the weirdest thing ever. And I don't even know where it came from. Cause like I grew up, like my mom was kind of like a horror. I think that maybe what it might be.
My thing is just like, I like certain numbers. So like, so I don't have specific ones. I don't know if you have specific ones.
No, I just always round like. Oh, you round. I guess up. I just round up basically.
Yeah, so I have certain numbers that I like. You know, so I like number 28. So
number 7.
Put it on 28, 7. But obviously, I'm never listening. But yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a trip, dude. You know where I think it started for me too is MTV Cribs.
Yeah.
Because I remember they'd always like show the house and then they open the fridge and they'd have like all their drinks and they're just lined up perfect. I'm like, dude, that's sick. So I started doing that and then.
Hey,
like
we filmed the MTV Cribs.
We did.
For ESPN back in the day.
Did we do good? I can't remember. We got to find that.
I have it.
Do you?
Yeah, I have it somewhere. If you guys want to watch it, leave us a comment. Let us know.
I want to watch it. I'll leave the comment. I'll do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a weird thing. Like I think it's a little bit of, you know, growing up in the 80s and 90s, it's like I grew up in a trailer park. My mom like crammed everything in every corner she could.
Yeah.
My dad would, you know, and they worked all day and raised a kid. So there's just shit everywhere. And I remember getting my first house and I'm like, dude, I just want it to be very like clean and organized. You know what I mean? Because I was so used to like literally my mom would have a plant in a corner and then a speaker in a corner and then a table in a corner. Like, and our house was 1,200 square feet.
Yeah. You know, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Like, because
I got childhood trauma.
Yeah. I don't know if it was trauma, but I think it's that mentality of just like your parents being able to put so much stuff in a small space. So like now when you have that, because it was organized.
Yeah.
Because it has to be.
Yeah.
It can't just be thrown in there.
Yeah.
So I think now when you're an adult, you like organize everything because you just remember.
Dude.
Because that's how like my garage is. I don't have like the biggest garage.
Yeah.
I park my truck in my garage.
Yeah.
And I have like my dirt bike, my kid's bike, you know, a bunch of stuff in there. So I have to, it's like a puzzle.
Got to have a place for everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or else it won't fit. So it's like I'm pretty good at making like puzzle pieces.
Yeah. It's because we're not rich, dude. We got small houses.
Yeah.
Like even my duty guitar setup over here, it's like I want it to look like a real studio and like be all bitching like with all the cables hidden and stuff. I don't know how to do it. So it's a mess.
Yeah. Well,
but it's nice and tight on the desk.
Yeah.
Just I don't like cables. Cables bug me.
Yeah, see, we're not that rich yet.
We're not.
No.
I'll have someone build that thing.
Yeah. But that
that was my topic for you.
I heard Adderall helps OCD people, the opposite effect. So Adderall supposedly like gets you all like wired up and
it's gnarly.
Yeah, so it's
not that I would know. I've just heard. I read Google.
But I heard that it does the opposite if you really do have like OCD. It does the opposite. It calms you down. Like it doesn't like wire you up.
Yeah.
It just calms you down so you're not so OCD anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
I'm not going to do Adderall, but I'll take your word for it.
I mean, you know.
But it is weird, dude. Like I'll put because I have like a little toothbrush holder and I'll put my toothbrush in it and it'll like move sideways a little bit. I fix it.
Yeah. See, I don't do that.
It's weird, dude. Yeah. That's why honestly, like, I don't think I could have kids and I've heard like people that are OCD will have kids and because with having Ellie, my dog, like I used to keep my truck like clean all the time.
Yeah.
Like if the seats were dirty or anything, you know, and now dude, there's like sand in the cup holder because she goes outside. I'm like, dude, if I made myself OCD about like the floors in my house and like my couch and like my truck, I would die.
Yeah.
It would be a full-time job.
You like learn. Yeah. That's the one thing. There's a few things about kids that kind of, you know, it sucks or you're not prepared for as a, like when you.
Like, have you ever had marker on the wall?
Yeah.
Oh, little man. One does that. Dude, I would die.
I'm like, dude, why'd you do that? I don't know. You know? But yeah, it's always a mess.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest mess, especially when they're a little bit smaller. I have a 5-year-old, so his room is still like always messy. It's like, go clean your room. He does it, and then, you know, an hour later it's dirty again. I'm like, dude, why do you do that?
They just don't know. They want to play with everything.
Yeah.
That's Ellie. Like she grabs a toy when you come here, drops it. And then if Bubs comes home, she'll grab a toy, drops it. And then she wants to play. Dude, it's like having a kid.
Yeah.
Like every night before I go to bed, I have to pick up like 6 little toys. I'm like, dude, just play one.
Well, that's the good thing about kids, though. They could do it themselves once they get a little older.
Yeah, my dog's not that smart. Shit open.
Yeah. So that was one thing where when I first became a dad, I was like, dude, these kids are so dirty. So weird.
Yeah, it's super
shit
weird.
everywhere.
Shit everywhere. I remember being a kid.
Yeah.
I had shit everywhere.
But now we're getting to the point where, like, it's getting better. So now we have no animals in the house. And now we have, a little bit older kids now that can go clean up their rooms and stuff like that. So now
spanks an ass if they don't.
Yeah, life is getting a little bit.
You're going on cruise control more. Yeah.
It's nice.
I'll just live through you. I don't think I'm gonna have a kid.
Okay. Well, I live through you on the party part.
Yeah, dude, it's fun.
Yeah.
And I like practicing making the damn kid, but I don't want to do it,
Yeah. Yeah, practicing making kids is the best part.
Yeah, I got to change my own underwear all the time. I can't imagine changing a kid's underwear as well.
Nah, that wasn't that bad.
Ugh. If it's anything like mine, it's disgusting.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Let's get into some topics from last week.
Okay.
So we had the Final Four last week, right? So Final Four, UConn beat San Diego State to win their 5th national champion.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, UConn.
Kind of saw that one coming.
But the thing is, that wasn't even the big topic. Like the girls outshined the LSU beat Iowa. And the big controversy was basically LSU has this girl. Angel
Is it an
Reese.
actual girl?
Yeah.
Thank God.
I believe so.
Never know these days.
Well, I don't think that's allowed still.
No, you didn't know?
And then Iowa has this other girl named Caitlin Clark, I believe. And I think that Caitlin Clark chick is like, everyone considers her like probably the best player. And then also maybe could be one of the best WNBA players ever.
Okay.
So she's pretty good, this white chick. So when she plays, she does like this thing where she's going like this, like you can't see me on the court.
Yeah.
Like, I'm too good and shit. So, she has a little bit of cockiness to her or whatever. So they play LSU, beats that ass. It wasn't like close or anything like that.
Yeah.
So they beat them. And then the top star on the other team, the LSU, Angel Reese, she does it to her and then pointing out her finger like she's getting a ring and stuff. And that was like the biggest controversy that, like, I'm sure, I don't know if you saw it or anything, but
Heck no. I just told you I didn't see anything, remember?
Oh, yeah, true. Probably better.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest controversy. So like I said, you didn't even hear anything about the guys, the UConn team winning their 5th championship. That's pretty good. And then San Diego State making it to the, championship game, which is cool because I believe San Diego State is in our UNR division.
Yeah.
So the school in our area is University of Nevada. So I think they're in the same conference. And that's huge because, the team from our conference makes it to the championship game, which brings more eyes. And
with
money.
like high-end colleges and, tons of good athletes and stuff. So
yeah, so that's always good for us. So that was a cool thing. But you didn't really hear too much about that because of this whole controversy with the girls team. And just like Dave Portnoy from Barstool came out and was saying like Angel Reese is a disgusting or, piece of shit or something like that. And it's like, man, I don't know if he's ever played sports. Like,
dude, that guy's a dork.
Like, it's one of those things where you got to be playing sports. You're competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure with what you did, you were competitive, but it's kind of it's a different competitive because it's by yourself.
Yeah.
Sports, it's like you have a whole team.
You're relying on a team and coaches and staff and everything.
Yeah.
That's a lot different.
So it's a lot different. And then the rivalries are a lot different than just like a solo thing like you do or you used to do. So, it's kind of weird that this guy owns this big sports company, media company, and doesn't think or thinks that this girl was out of line.
Yeah.
Just saying. Because it was after, I guess, they won. It was like after the game ended and she did that. And he's like, you don't do that shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's unsportsmanlike like and stuff. And it's like, dude.
But this dude can talk shit on pizzas, like, family restaurants and talk shit on. He's built his whole career around talking shit and saying dumb stuff.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Like he's saying dumb stuff there.
Yeah. Like I don't know why, dude. Like I can't stand a lot of like celebrity-esque people anymore.
Yeah.
Because like you said, the dude has never played probably a sport like a competitive sport in his life on that stage. Like, and dude, I can say firsthand, like, even though I'm an individual sport, is adrenaline's a hell of a drug, right? Like I've done stuff caught in the moment, like where I come off of a run, and I'm like acting like an idiot or something. Not a disrespectful one. Just I start throwing my bike and dancing around.
But you're not,
Yeah,
that's
but
the thing.
Yeah, but it's just like sometimes, dude, you're in the moment, and it's not like she like disrespected like a family or something like that. It was like, it was a friendly competition within each other,
Yeah, she's just mocking this girl that has this thing that she's done to other teams while she's winning.
Yeah.
Or she does a good play. She's doing it to other people. So, you win. And you see it all the time.
Yeah.
Like
Richard Sherman, dude. You mad, bro? Right in Tom Brady's face. And then Brady beats him the next time and they shake hands. It's like, it happens, dude.
Yeah.
Like.
So that's the thing. You gotta, to your point of like the celebrities, all that, I think it's just like the social media thing nowadays. Is like, he could have just said that and like, it could have just been like, some people heard it.
Yeah.
But it just goes viral.
Yeah.
So like he says it, he goes on there, put out a video and he's just like, I don't care who you are. That shit was disrespectful, like blah, blah. So then everyone covers it. We're talking about it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what kind of makes these people annoying. But my point is just like, dude, have you never played, it doesn't even matter if you played at that level. Like even like high school. Like have you never played competitive?
Dude, look at him. I don't see an athletic bone in that dude's body.
I mean, I don't know.
He's an idiot. That's why he eats pizza every day.
Well, I mean, that's
why I would eat it.
Yeah, it's not.
But I'm not talking shit on
not a bad thing.
Women's hand gestures on their face.
Yeah. So that was the biggest controversy, the biggest thing that we got out of the Final Four of the championship game. So congratulations to all the winners.
Congratulations.
I didn't even watch none of the games, but
I didn't watch 1 ounce of it.
Yeah, seems like all blowouts. The Florida Atlantic versus San Diego State, it came down to the last shot.
Yeah.
And the dude from San Diego obviously sank it to win it, like on the buzzer.
Lucky.
So that was dope.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That stuff's dope. But then when you get smoked, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
So we need the controversy.
Yeah. I got smoked my whole life. I'm still here. Look at me. Mid-pack the whole time.
Yeah. Hey, but do you remember, let's see how much, we got 5 minutes. Do you remember when, like, Renner used to dance? So was it like maybe a part of you, especially when you went against them, so like you really do go against them, like Biden used to go against them pretty good and step up. So it was Ronnie Renner. He used to just, after his runs or whatever he did, he used to do some dancing and
like dance floor dancing. Like he was listening to techno music, like the robot and stuff.
Yeah, the robot, the worm and stuff like that, which is cool. Like, you got to make your own lane sometimes. But like, did you ever, part of you ever think like, man, if I beat him, I'm just going to dance to like mock him?
No, dude.
So I'm sure a lot of people did though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think Deegan used to always just mock him, not even just to be a dick. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes like when someone has that like little thing that they do.
Yeah. Like
if you beat them or you best them one time.
Yeah.
You're going to do that to like.
Absolutely. Dude. Yeah. It happens all the time. Like if Deegan beat Pastrana, which was kind of rare, but he'd give him a thumbs up, like because Travis was always thumbs up guy, and you could sit there and be like, oh, it's disrespectful, but a lot of people are going to look at it as it's competition and it's funny.
Yeah.
Like like I said, disrespectful to me is like pushing someone, going at like personal at them.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, a game thing that they do, it's like, who cares? It happens every day in sports. It happens. Yeah. So it's like, Barstool needs to get out of here.
Well, and it's funny, like you'll see
whatever his name is.
You'll see in the NFL, you'll see a guy make a good play, and then all of a sudden he's just like doing whatever, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, what an idiot!" It's like, dude, you've never been in a situation where like he just made a really good play. Yeah. He's on TV, like there's a lot of adrenaline going on.
Adrenaline, dude.
Like you're pumped.
You're in front of 50, 60,000 people. Like the crowd really affects the way our moods are. That's what I'm saying. Like you almost black out.
Yeah.
Right. Like when you have that much adrenaline, you just accomplished something. And the crowd's going like wild. It's literally like a blackout moment. And then like, you're like, holy shit, like what's going on here? You know what I mean? It's hard to explain to like the everyday person, but like something like that, it was probably just literally in the moment.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't see that chick just being on a totally normal day going up and like, being a bitch to the other chick or something. So yeah, it's just hard. Like you'll never get that through people's head. Like what it's like being in the moment of and dude, like
unless you do it,
the pinnacle of women's basketball at that moment. Yeah. Right? Like that's a tough one, dude. Like there's so much like energy going on right there.
Yeah, like I said, that Caitlyn chick is considered probably like the best basketball female player there is right now. So imagine your team just beat them you're the top chick in the other team, like you're gonna try to make a little statement
for sure.
Stuff, so
100%. 100%.
So in other news,
okay,
Saudis, they had offered Leo Messi $438 million to go play on their team for 1 year.
Jesus.
So it's a Saudi team, Al Hilal, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And earlier this year, Cristiano Ronaldo, which is considered the other like best soccer player in the world, he just signed with a team over in Saudi. So he's like the star over there. So now the opposing team, their opponent, they want to get Messi over there so they could have that rivalry.
Get Messi?
Yeah. Dude,
but
$38 million.
But golfers are pieces of shit for taking any kind of Saudi money. See, this world's so dumb.
Yeah, but these guys are like non-Americans. So
I know.
That's why. America.
There's Joaquin Neiman.
America's dumb.
America's dumb.
Yeah.
We are actually pretty dumb.
Yeah. That's what it is. Like no one else in another country bats an eye at that. They're like, we want to see our idols play there and kill it,
I rode in Saudi Arabia. It was fun, dude. Kind of scary.
You rode a camel?
No.
You went back in the day though, too.
Dude, I went like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like now I think they're really trying to make it like a tourist destination.
Yeah.
It's like,
so I think, and don't quote me on this, but what did we do? I think we did Riyadh, however you say it, Saudi Arabia in like 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Nitro Circus was one of the first events that the Saudis allowed ladies to go to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we had women in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't tell. They were all wrapped up. But dude, it was sick. That's what's dumb. Like I've always thought, and you know, when people like only watch CNN and I'm not getting into like politics stuff, but just when people only watch that, they're like, oh man, back there, it's so like this, it's so that. And they do have different laws and religions and they actually like pursue them. Like if you do something wrong, dude, they'll cut a hand off, no problem.
Yeah, if a chick in the stadium was like, "Oh, Mike Mason" with a sign, they probably would have
whipped her shirt up. Oh, she's gone.
Tatty's out, dude.
Dead.
Nipples cut off.
Hairy. Oh yeah, cut off.
Yeah.
But no, like because I did Dubai, I did Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, like all these spots, and it was awesome, dude. Mm-hmm. It was super fun. Like we legit in Saudi Arabia, they gave us like their kits they wear. I don't know what they're called, but and we sat Indian style on a floor of like 20 people around this rug, and they just fed us. Like we ate with them and shot the shit with them. It was like never one because we got our checklist to go over there, and it was like probably 95 degrees at this time. And they were telling all of us to wear like long sleeve shirts, like don't show tattoos, don't do this.
Oh, okay.
Really don't even like speak to them a lot because they're like super on edge. Mm-hmm. Dude, those people couldn't have been more genuine to us.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like you're going there and you have like, I don't know what the word is, but like a sponsor, the guy that takes you around or whatever, the promoter. And those guys, they're genuine people that just, they're like excited to have you guys there. Yeah. So they're going to show you the best time. And yeah, of course, there's bad parts of the country and laws are pretty gnarly. But as long as you go and you act like a human being. They
didn't stereotype us. And that's what's funny. I mean, dude, we walked through like this like hard packed like sand castle, right? Oh, yeah. It was like one of their first like structures in that area and they've left. It was weird. It's like, it's not a building. It's like literally like cut through like walls of dirt basically. Yeah. Walked through that. They gave us a tour. The gnarly thing is like they have like a prayer, I think, like let's just say 5 p.m. Mm-hmm. And there's speakers like all throughout the streets and it goes off and it sounds like the world's ending. Yeah. It's just their little music.
And they all just drop down.
And they drop down, do a prayer. And so that was kind of cool. Like I loved looking at the cultures and stuff, and and like you said, everyone's like, oh man, you're lucky you didn't get killed, this and that. I'm like, I've been in New York City before at night. And like, I'm lucky I didn't get killed.
Yeah.
New York City is not exactly at some safe place or Chicago. Like Chicago has like the highest murder rate right now. It's like, I've been there at night. It's dude, everywhere's dangerous.
Yeah.
Right. But there's good spots and bad spots. And man, I was just pumped to check it out. And back to like the news, it's like, they just tell you, don't go there. Like, don't go to Mexico. Your head's going to get cut off. It's like, don't go to the wrong part of Mexico, but Mexico has a ton of beautiful places with a ton of people that are thankful to have us there.
Yeah.
And people are like really fascinated. I've learned this. They're really fascinated with Americans, not just Nitro Circus, not Travis Pastrana. It's like, dude, they were like touching my arms and like looking at tattoos and, very like inquisitive and asking us questions. And it's like, I never once got the feeling where like, I'm about to get robbed.
Yeah. You're in danger.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. They're awesome over there. Like back to the original. We always do this. We veer off, but you know, they are trying to make it like a, you know, like Dubai, you go there, it's Americanized, 100%. Like you don't even feel like, until you're out driving around, like if you're just in one of their hotels, you don't feel like you're like in the Middle East. You know what I mean? And
all right. So keeping on the topic of super rich companies. Or places. And
that's
stuff.
not us.
Yeah. The WWE, as of April 3rd, was sold to the UFC parent company Endeavor. They purchased 51% of the company, and 49% of the remaining is owned by the shareholders still. So that brings Endeavor's two companies added value to $21 billion.
That's kind of a lot.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
More than we got.
Yeah. It's like, I'm kind of surprised. Like WWE, you know, I don't know how long it used to be WWF.
Yeah.
You know, all that kind of stuff. But dude, Vince McMahon's had that company forever and just now selling it. I'm surprised he hasn't sold earlier.
Yeah, I know, right? Maybe it was just his baby. It's like something he just wanted to hold on to, and like, you know, kind of back to the ego thing. Like he's just like so stoked on it. Didn't want no one, because, you know, sometimes like it's your baby and then you sell it and people mess it all up.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is, you know, speaking of Saudis, there was a rumor that a Saudi company was trying to buy WWE, and they made it that valuable. So then
they upped the price on it.
Yeah, they upped the price on it. So then the UFC parent company Endeavor comes out and they're like, "Yeah, we want it." And they bought it for, you know, whatever amount of billions of dollars, and it's rumored that maybe that Saudis didn't even offer anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sick, dude. Good business model right there.
Yeah.
So what do you think? There's a chance that like there's a crossover as far as like a McGregor could be in the WWE here soon?
Yeah, so I think that's what a lot of people were thinking, like, oh, crap, you know, now the UFC is going to be staged. Yeah. But it's just the companies are under one umbrella now. It's not really that. But what I do think would be cool would be if, you know, like a McGregor comes out because he's one of the favorites with the owners and just fans and everything. If he comes out and it's like, dude, I'm at the end of my career, one last fight, but I want to transition into WWE now. Yeah. And since they're the same company, you know, Dana could go over there and be like, all right, we're going to introduce McGregor slowly.
Dude, that'd be so sick. Yeah. I don't even like WWE, but dude, McGregor would be a good fit in that. Yeah. What about like Chuck Liddell? He's big. Yeah. He's mean looking. He's got a mohawk. He's like the white Mr. T.
Yeah, dude, I think...
was that dude's name?
Mr. T?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think Chuck has some issues.
Really?
It was so funny. One night, I was talking to a buddy on Instagram because he was posting like videos of him with Chuck Liddell. So they did this event, and Chuck Liddell was like one of the celebrities there. I was like, oh, sick, dude, Chuck's cool or whatever. He's like, dude, that guy was so wasted. Dude, the next morning, there's an article that came out, and it's all Chuck Liddell arrested for domestic abuse.
No way. Shit. Yeah. Dude, he was wasted.
Yeah, he was so wasted, I guess.
Dude.
So that was funny. That was like a few years back.
Imagine being like a wife or a girlfriend of like a fighter.
That'd be weird.
Because like they're obviously wired a little different, right? Yeah. I mean, like look at the Diaz brothers. They're not just like good at fighting. There's like something going on there that made them good at fighting. Like they literally like are DGAF, right? Yeah. Dude, and then like you're like this like little blonde chick or something that rolls into this relationship, and you know Liddell goes out and gets all hammered, and like you're like comes home, and you're like, oh my god. Yeah.
And those guys, it's not like the guy like I think like Mayweather's had some allegations or whatever, but he didn't take that much punishment during his career. So like you can't blame it on a brain thing. No, yeah. Like the Diaz, you could probably be like, yeah, those guys got their asses beat a lot of times. So they might have some mental issues where that stems from. Plus they're fighters and they
plus they're just crazy.
Yeah, they might have anger issues. Yeah. So that's tough. But yeah, I think for the UFC, some of the fighters, if they're smart and they're pretty popular, I think it's going to be a good thing. And I hope that they can think about that. Yeah. Or, you know, listen to this podcast and, you know,
yeah. I'm sure they'll listen to it and they'll kind of get an idea and maybe
giving you the blueprint.
Maybe they'll give us some credit. Yeah. That's all we ask for.
But that's what you should do. But definitely not any UFC or WWE guys coming over. No. Because we've had that before.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar. Yeah. He was actually decent though, wasn't he?
He was all right. Yeah. And then we had CM Punk. And I think he's like a big WWE guy. Huh. But he got his ass beat, I think, 2 or 3 times.
Good. With that kind of name?
Yeah, CM Punk. So, you know, Dude, speaking of fighting though.
Yeah. I hate it.
Bam Margera
here we
called out Johnny Knoxville and that Jeff Tremaine guy that did like Jackass and stuff to a bare knuckle boxing match.
Yeah, what happened? Because I read some stuff a long time ago, like Bam went off the deep end, like alcoholic and stuff. And I heard that like Knoxville and them basically kicked him out of anything they do, which I don't know. Like, I don't know the whole history of it, but I feel like Bam was like the pioneer of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Bam started that.
Yeah, so like that's what I hate about like shit like that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Even though he like, why not help the dude get back on his feet?
Yeah,
and then but like what I heard is like they didn't want him on like around the set. He wasn't allowed on property, like all kinds of stuff. I'm like, dang.
Well, I think there's a lot to it, but it's a classic case of, drugs are bad for you.
Yeah.
And Bam. Do you remember how cool Bam was?
Dude, he was like my idol in the early 2000s. Like his style, like I mean, I don't think it's just me. Like Jesse Olsen, remember? He loved Bam. And like,
everyone.
Yeah. And he was just sick. He like skated sick. His videos were cool. Like the music he was starting to introduce to everyone was bitching. And
he was funny.
I think the Ryan Dunn thing got him. I think it done him in.
Yeah, I don't know, but he was already like leaning towards that.
Yeah.
Towards that, like just that super stardom celebrity.
Yeah.
And then
God, have you seen him lately?
Yeah.
Dude, he's not even the same dude.
Well, yeah, he had a video just came out of him yelling at his chick at a restaurant, like storming out, smashing shit. And then this video comes out of him calling out those guys. And he said something in there, I didn't really understand it, but he said something in there like they did like something death clause on him or whatever, where they made him like take all these pills and like medication and shit that was fucking him up.
Weird.
Said he started losing his hair.
Easy.
Couldn't get hard.
Easy.
Couldn't do his chick, he said.
Jesus.
A bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he's like, Tremaine won't fight me, but Johnny Knoxville said if anyone double dares him to anything, he will. So I'm calling you out. It's dude, if you're like, I get it. If it's one thing where like you're just like mad and stuff, dude, just go fight him.
Yeah.
Fight him.
Yeah.
Whatever. But if it's like you want to make money off of it, I understand the call out and you want to do like an actual boxing match.
Yeah.
I get that too.
Yeah.
But
then like you said, like when it comes down to that, then it almost feels like everything's staged.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you're actually going to organize a fight, make a bunch of money off it, this and that, it's like I want to see him like find Knoxville outside of like an LA bar and just uppercut him.
Yeah. And dude, the way he is right now, he's losing.
Mm-hmm.
And even if he had like 6 months to train, I'm not really sure that he would actually train.
Hell no.
He would just like, he has issues.
Yeah. See it, and back to my original point, Coors Lights are not that bad.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm not all tweaky and like weird. Like I said, I got to watch the little double chin here. Mm-hmm. That gets away from me a little bit, but man, the stuff out there just messes people up now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy to see. I guess like we'll never know, but that's got to be so hard. Like your whole life's in the spotlight. So you can even see like your downfall. Mm-hmm. Like Bam can watch, CKY2K.
Yeah.
And he's like, damn, dude, I was like pretty cool looking dude. Now, what the hell happened to me?
Dude.
At
one point he was like the man.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine, because like, Rob Dyrdek.
Oh, yeah.
He kills it, and he has a family and kids. And I just heard a podcast with him, and he's talking about like optimizing his like entire day to like be able to hang out with his family, but then still do
all his work stuff. Yeah.
Like he's like he's like a robot.
Yeah.
But he's pretty set together. Came from the same background, skateboarding, all that kind of stuff, and he made it. So imagine if Bam never went down that road. He could be like a Dyrdek.
Yeah. Dude, he had TV shows. He was like...
He was the first.
He was before Dyrdek, on MTV, and had good like DVD sales, all this stuff. And it's just that because like I don't necessarily care for Dyrdek. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's cool. And dude, I'm not hating on his success. It's not one of those things. But like Bam was like a superstar type dude to me. Does that make, what I mean? Like Dyrdek, I never looked at him and was like, damn, I want to be like that guy.
That's probably the difference.
Yeah.
That Bam just had that personality, like the rock star personality.
Yeah.
And you see what happens to like certain rock stars.
Yeah. Like watching the old videos, and he built like a half pipe in his living room.
Yeah.
And was like on the roof, like dropping in, like that kind of stuff was cooler than like Dyrdek just like doing these weird little skits with his bodyguard. You know what I mean?
Well, and then, one thing that like I remember from his stuff is like he'd come in and beat the shit out of his dad all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
And it was just like funny. And then
on the toilet.
I feel like, like Dyrdek kind of tried to emulate that with Big Black.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
But, stuff like that. And it's just, he just set that that lane.
Yeah.
And you
like
ruined them.
Yeah. Like even when I try to watch like Ridiculousness or something, for one, that Chanel chick's laugh drives me nuts, dude. So I don't really watch the show, but like when you watch it, like it's always like Deerdeck. He's one of those dudes that I feel like when you're a kid and trying like at a house party, he has to try to be funny. I don't necessarily think the way he like comes out is like, you're like, dude, that guy's funny. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like Bam came out and like literally like does not give a shit about anything. And I feel like truly he was just himself. Cause I mean, they made their own DVDs and stuff. You know, it wasn't an MTV show back then. And I felt like he was more himself. And I think that's why, in a sense, more people resonated with Bam. Yeah. But then back to what you're saying, Deerdeck had his shit together, and he's just slowly creeped up into the limelight. Like he's always made good money skating, made good money, you know, doing other stuff, and then now he's like big time. And that's kind of like you said, that's the difference of like having your like. I feel like Deerdeck had a business plan in front of him when he was a kid, and Bam had nothing going for him and just tried to do whatever he could. You know what I mean? And
it's just Bam's life was so cool that it made it on TV and everything. And then, you know, went downhill.
It's not sustainable.
But then that opened it up for other guys like a Deerdeck to come in, but not have that same lifestyle, but still like be cool like that school skater guy.
Like Bam's lifestyle is not sustainable. And maybe that's why he still chases that. Because that is a weird thing with like, especially action sports, because we were all degenerates, right? There's a certain, like, look at Travis, dude. The dude's like, has like he's on death row all the time. Yeah. You know, he's trying to do stupid shit. And it's like some dudes always have to chase what they've always done. Yeah. And some dudes, you know, like Deerdeck's not going to go out there and like jeopardize his career or his life just to like stay in the limelight. He's just figuring out other way, like, you know, Fantasy Factory to like now just having a TV show to this and that. And like Bam's probably that one dude in their sport that just can't let it go. Yeah. You know, and the deeper you go down that, the harder it is. It's like, I went from never drinking riding to having beers at the after parties to being bored during the week. This is in my career. To being bored during the week and having some beers to like at the end of my career, I'd hit the hotel bar right when I would land and have beers. Yeah. And it's like, I wasn't necessarily chasing nothing, but it just becomes a habit. You know, and then, now look at me. It's like everything I do. I'm like, dude, so nice. Let's have a beer.
And it doesn't help that it's fun.
Yeah, it's so fun. And that's the problem is like, you know, people that do cocaine or people that do Adderall or whatever, it's like you're always chasing like that one feeling. And, you know, like maybe that's a little bit of my problem is like, I'm like so used to having fun with my friends that it's like now, like I want to do that here. Yeah. You know, I can't just like be that normal, just sit at my house type of dude, not talk to no one. It's like you build a lifestyle for yourself and you get stuck in that rut. Now, with that being said, it's like I can go a month without drinking and it doesn't bother me. Right. But I'm the dude that's very easily like, the switch turns. Yeah. Like it's snowing. I'm going to rip beers today. Dude, we're golfing. It's 75. I'm ripping beers today. Yeah. Dude, the Masters is on. Should we rip beers this week? You know what I mean? Like I'm always finding like that kind of what I did when I was riding, you know? And
I mean, you know, just basically right when you said that, it just sounds like you're just enjoying life.
Yeah, 100%. And thank God it's Coors Lights. Like thank God I don't do drugs or pills or, you know, cause I think maybe that's Bam's problem is like pills is the number one cause of all. Cause you know, if you do cocaine, like, it's gone within 30 minutes. Yeah. Now, if you do it all the time, like every 20 minutes, that's gnarly. But like if you just do it like at a nightclub to do something, it's gone. But like pills, dude, I've seen more of my friends and more people that I have acquaintance with go off the deep end because of pills. Not because of beers. I mean, not even because of like hard liquor. It's that shit that like messes people up.
And pills, I think you could do like multiple pills at once.
And then you add alcohol into it. Yeah. So it's like you're taking a muscle relaxer or, you know, like I've done Adderall once in my life. Yeah. And we were at a music festival. I was with some buddies that were actually playing. I toured that band up we talked about, Them Evils. And, you know, the lead singer guitarist, he would do Adderall because he's concentrating on guitar and singing, right? So he would do one before and he ripped, dude. Wow. He's like a modern day, like Led Zeppelin, basically. So one day they weren't playing this music festival. We were like in Charlotte or something and we all did an Adderall. I'm like, I've never done this before, you know, kind of. Dude, I drank for like 18 hours and never felt buzzed.
So you were focused on...
Yeah, like, because, you know, like usually I have 6 beers and like I'll go to say something to you and I'll slur a little bit. I'm like, oh, there it is. It's in there, you know? Dude, we drank all day and I just felt like... The cool thing is like I never felt like I was like paranoid, like everyone knows I'm on Adderall. You know what I mean? It was just more like I'm talking to you right now, but I'm 15 beers deep and I'm like totally fine still. Yeah. But with that being said, it didn't make me like want to go out and get a prescription to it. You know,
your brain was doing a hell of a job trying to keep focused.
Hell of a job, yeah. So But it's like, I know dudes that like used to just pop like muscle relaxers and drink it like, a bunch of Jack and Cokes. I'm like, that is so gnarly.
Yeah.
Because you got an upper, a downer, you're like starting to fall out of your chair. You can't even talk. Like people are literally dragging you out of the bar. It's like, I never want to be like that.
Well, dude, I watched some podcasts where the guys are taking like Percocet. Mm-hmm. You can tell. Or they drink, like lean, which is a cough syrup.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. And they're very slow, just like lounging on the couch and being like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, if you didn't do that, your personality and your energy would be a lot higher, and it would make for a better podcast.
100%. 100%. Yeah. And it's so gnarly how people think that's like a cool feeling. You know what I mean? Like that's why I only do Coors Lights.
So I only do Yerbies.
I love Yerbies. I've watched you rip some vodkas one drink, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I only do Coors Lights, because I love being in control. Yeah. Like even, like my buddy has a weed pen and he's all, dude, just a little hit, all you need. I'm like, I don't smoke weed. What's a little hit? So I do like a rip, thinking I'm like Snoop Dogg. Dude, the next thing I know, I'm like, everyone's staring at me, dude. I can't talk, dude. I'm on the couch. I'm like, I don't like that feeling. Mm-hmm. I like to be like even at Travi's house on Sunday when I was hammered, I was in control.
Yeah.
I just had no motor skills.
But see, that's why I don't drink.
Yeah.
The same thing that you just said is the reason I don't drink.
But you also never liked Coors Lights.
Yeah.
When you and me used to drink, dude, you were doing Hennessy's. Yeah. Dude, remember that shot of Hennessy we got at Poland when I did the X Fighters? Mm-hmm. And it was like a regular shot. And the dude's all, like $88 or something. Yeah. I'm like, what? And he's like, it's $42 a shot. Or with that. I'm like, holy shit, dude.
That's how much a bottle is.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, it was just a shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, see, so that's like in my early days, like Krusty Tour was sponsored by Jack Daniels. So like literally on our after party tables, they just had pictures of Jack Daniels. And dude, like I start to think about it now, the older I get, I'm like, dude, the amount of sugar, like I wouldn't have 6 Cokes in a day.
Yeah.
Or 6 Pepsis, So I'm drinking these all night and I would wake up shaking, hungover. Yeah. So between the hard alcohol and that's why Coors Light's like, everyone's like, dude, you're just drinking water. And I'm like, yeah. And I wake up in the morning, a little dry mouth, but I shower up, brush my tooth, and I'm ready to rip.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't like that. Like,
well, that's what's crazy about, that brought memories back. We had that clip that I posted of you with the cheater bike. Mm-hmm. At that same time, though, remember me, you, Nate, and Krabby did the Seattle Super Cross or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it was sponsored by the O2
Bacardis,
whatever. Yeah. So we just had a ton of that stuff.
Ton of it. And tequila was getting passed around. Yeah, and we all got sick. And
then one time at that Genoa or Geneva, Italy, Supercross.
Yeah, I think it's Genoa there. Genoa here, right down the street.
Genoa Supercross. We were there, and I remember, it's a pretty nice stadium or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember just walking around the entire stadium, filming and stuff like that, and they had coolers of just Red Bull.
Yeah.
And I remember, dude, drinking like 5 or 6 Red Bulls.
Yeah. Because we're jet lagged too, so you think it's going to keep you awake, like you're hurting.
It wasn't even that. I was just thirsty.
Yeah.
And you go to a cooler and it didn't have, because it was sponsored by Red Bull.
Yeah.
So they just had Red Bulls in each corner I went to, it was just Red Bulls.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, where's the water? It'd be nice when I'm thirsty.
And they're ice cold, dude.
They taste way better.
Yeah. Dude, I think I told you the story too. So X Fighters obviously sponsored by Red Bull.
Yeah.
One day, Tony B was my mechanic because Cliffy was already working for like Nate or Twitch. Uh-huh. But we always got a +1. So I'm like, I'll bring Tony B to Mexico City. That'd be awesome, Dude, we go out because I think I was an alternate. So I don't even think I was riding. Oh, and even if I was riding, I had 0 chance of like probably even top 7. Uh-huh. I was riding like shit. So we go to the hotel bar and dude, we're buying beers nonstop. Next day, after like the practice, go to the hotel bar, drink beers nonstop. And the next morning I was kind of like foggy. And I knew at this point, I knew I wasn't riding, like prelims had started. So I have a Red Bull, watch prelims, like intermission before the night show. I have a Red Bull. And then like we're going to the stands and I grabbed a Red Bull and Tony B looks at me straight face. He's all, dude, another one? And I'm like, that's well, you didn't say shit about the freaking 19 beers we had last night, but 3 Red Bulls. But, thinking about like Red Bull's kind of gnarly for you.
Yeah, yeah.
But he was dead serious. He's all, another one, dude? Yeah. I'm like, oh, we are dying, dude.
Dude. Yeah. So that same story, I remember, flying back and I'm in the like airplane coming back to America.
Yeah.
However long that
is. Nice little 13-hour flight.
Dude, just shaky and stuff. And I'm like, there's no way I feel like, and never once did I put 2 and 2 together. Dude, I had like 6 Red Bulls the night before.
Dude, it's gnarly.
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy is like I can dust a 12 pack of CLs and feel fine. But if I did, multiple yerbas or anything with high sugar, I feel like shit for a bit, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's too much.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey, hold on. Before we wrap this up, tell the fans at home about the Tahiti trip. When we got hammered and I threw my gear bag at you down the stairs.
Oh, yeah.
It's so awesome.
Dude, that's funny because our camera, stopped. So we had a good conversation going. And you had brought something up and it made me think of Tahiti. So it's funny that you're even bringing that up now again. But yeah, we were in Tahiti and we were going down, I think to our rooms or something.
Yeah.
And there's
long ass staircase.
Yeah, long ass staircase.
We went to the bar. We were all hammered.
Yeah. And I said something about like, I think like Nate Adams or someone threw their gear bag down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I could outrun it or whatever. So I started running down the stairs and you throw your gear bag down. Dude, it takes me out at the very last second.
Dude, caught you perfect.
Yeah. And that reminded me because Steve Densmore sent me a video of someone doing that on an escalator.
Yeah.
Sent it down the escalator and there was someone on the escalator and just took him
out.
Oh,
dude. It was just one of those times I had the perfect buzz rolling. I should say I had the perfect hammered going where I was all giggly. And I just remember because it was kind of dark too. And it was like a 2 staircase, dude. And you are booking, dude. And I just chucked my 9800 down, dude. And it was right on line with you. Yeah. And just straight decleated you, dude. Legs up.
But the thing is, it didn't even hurt or anything like that. It was like hilarious because I could not believe, because I'm like pretty athletic and stuff. I'm like, dude, a gear bag's not going to take me out.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, there's no chance that I could have done anything for it not to take my feet out.
Yeah. You were legs up, dude.
Yeah.
And I did the air laugh where I had veins coming out of my forehead and shit, dude. That was so awesome.
Yeah. I was actually thinking about that because, we were talking about the Saudis earlier and the people are so nice. Remember that guy, that promoter guy?
Yeah.
Even though he got in trouble.
Yeah.
Stuff or whatever he did after the event, after we all left. But, super nice guy, just took care of everyone. Just kind of they're like, oh, we're going to go eat. And we go to this, seems like someone's house to eat, barbecue.
Yeah.
It's just all they take care of you. And they, they like foreigners.
Just so stoked to have you there. Yeah. Remember the beach was topless and we didn't know that? Yeah. Remember we went to because there was the hotel pool and then a little shrubbery and then the beach.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And we were snorkeling. We came up and there was just a chick laying there with her flapjacks out. I'm like, whoa, I'm moving here.
That was fun.
Yeah. It was pretty fun.
That was a cool time.
Yep. Damn good times.
Yeah. Before we get into worth watching, you talked about Pastrana real quick. Travis Pastrana. Dude, I'd love to interview that guy and just be like, and I know his answer already, but I still would want to ask it. But because he's so gnarly.
Yeah.
And I mean, if he doesn't die, which God forbid.
Yeah.
But it's if he actually makes it to 50s and 60s, dude.
That's a milestone.
His body, I just want to know, is it worth it?
I don't know. And I mean, he did it at such a young age. I mean, dude, he dislocated his spine off his pelvis when he was 16.
Right.
Right. So it's he's not going to quit then. And he's already so hurt and he's
still getting gnarly ones.
I know. And it's gnarly because the dude literally either doesn't feel pain. I haven't figured this one out yet. Or his pain tolerance is 900 times more than anyone's on this planet.
Yeah, that has to be a little bit better than everyone else's now. But
yeah,
it's just crazy. There's that UFC fighter, Usman. And Joe Rogan actually talks about how Usman's knees are just just trash. The guy has to walk backwards downstairs, just even walking. Or I guess when he's walking outside, if there's grass, he'll walk on the grass, not on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Because his knees hurt that bad. Because he's a wrestler from college and everything.
Right.
And it's he's the ex-world champion and, big name. And obviously, he's got a lot of money because of it. But, dude, is it worth it?
I know.
Because, he'll be, in his 50s, 60s, probably not even be able to walk.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've had my fair share. I'm going to need both knees replaced because I just kept dislocating my knees and tearing all the cartilage. So I've got that. And, that's so minor. I'm not sitting here comparing myself to those dudes. But is it worth it? I would say hell yeah, because...
But at that stage?
Yeah, I would still say yeah, because just look at all the... technology, for one, technology is getting so good.
That is true.
And Travis and Usman probably have so much money.
True.
You know what I mean? Because I actually got told, I did my last knee in 2007, and I was told I'd probably need knee replacements, but even the doctor said by the time I need them, there's probably going to be some cartilage injection, basically, that they're not sawing my legs off and putting them on like the old days, And
that's very true. And I guess like, those guys, like Usman probably can get that stuff fixed, but like once he gets it fixed, it's probably like no more fighting.
Probably done fighting. Yeah.
So he's probably waiting it out. So that's true.
Yeah. And I always go back to because people were like, man, your sport was dangerous. And I'm like, dude, the experiences I had for my sport, I will take that to the grave with me way before I'd be like, damn, dude, my knees really hurt the last like 10 years of my life.
Yeah.
Or my wrists hurt, my shoulder. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I'm thankful. Like I realize I'm probably like the 1% of the world that got to like live my dream out and travel the world and, just all because I ride my dirt bike. So I would outweigh the risk. Like, thank God nothing really gnarly happened to me, but that's all I can probably say is like, Trav's almost like a BAM. He's always chasing that. He likes the adrenaline and accomplishment probably more than he ever thinks. Because, dude, I watched him walk into the locker room at Nitro every weekend. And, dude, the guy can barely walk.
Yeah.
Right? And then he'll hit the jump totally fine, not case, nothing, first jump. And he's in physio because his back, like something slid in his back and he's all mental every day.
Yeah, because see, that's a different level.
Yeah, it is. It is 100%. But look at the life Trav's gotten elite.
Yeah,
I mean,
but that's the thing too. Like, imagine being in that much pain. Like, I think some veterans go through this, but like going through that much pain. You're 60. He's not doing that stuff no more. He's just hurting. At one point, he might just be like, dude, I just need to blast myself.
Yeah, and
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I mean, it does happen. Like pain has taken over. Sometimes I wonder that about like Dave Mirra, right? Because I knew he was kind of in some pain and kind of fed up with the way like his life was going. From what I heard, I mean, don't quote me on this, but yeah, I mean that's a possibility. But we don't know. I mean, all I would say is I just look at Trav's life as a whole and. The dude's lived 90 lives compared to 98% of the world. You know what I mean?
He's done some crazy things.
Crazy shit.
For sure. Yeah, dude. So last week, we go into Worth Watching. Mm-hmm. And then I was devastated. I couldn't sleep the next night.
Why?
Because I thought I was wrong.
Oh, with the Supercross?
Supercross, but it turned out
we were right. Yeah, we were right.
I mean, I was right.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was just along with you. And then our producer, Brian Foster, came in and told us we were wrong, and then it made us scared.
Yeah, he's like, oh, yeah, you guys are wrong, dude. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Saturday, I'm sitting there. I'm all, where's Supercross? And it's all, next week, Glendale. I'm all, God. Dude, I'm good at Googling.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. You're super good at Googling.
Dude, so Worth Watching this weekend. We got Monster Energy Supercross from Glendale, Arizona, 7 p.m. West Coast time. They're coming off a break.
Yep.
So
everyone's fresh, ready to rip.
Yeah.
Glendale's always a good one too.
Yeah. So expect a lot of people going for it. I will give a shout out to our buddy Chris Blows. That's kind of his home.
Yep. Home race.
Well,
he's not even racing. He's he's East Coast.
Ah, son.
We'll still give him a shout out though. He'll be in the pits with his team shirt on.
Okay. So part of this Worth Watching, the end here is going to be a little bit darker because
we had a technical difficulty.
Technical difficulties,
The Loom Cube. She's done. I think we look better though.
Maybe. A little dark.
Yeah.
Also this weekend we got UFC 287. Mm-hmm. So we got Pereira versus Israel Adesanya.
Okay.
And the co-main event is Gilbert Burns versus Jorge Masvidal.
Sick, dude.
Yeah.
Jorge.
And then we got the Masters, of course, coming from Augusta.
Dude.
It's best live now through Sunday.
Yep. That's why I'm in a hurry to get off this podcast.
Yeah, so let's talk UFC real quick.
Okay.
We got Israel versus Pereira. So some of the funniest memes have come out of this. These two guys have fought prior to the UFC. They fought in kickboxing. Mm-hmm. And
with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
Sick.
So first fight, I think Israel, knocked Pereira down a couple times. Or maybe not. I think it was a super close one. They gave the decision to Pereira, but going back and watching it, a lot of people say Israel won that fight. Mm-hmm. They get a rematch. In the rematch, I think Israel beat the shit out of him.
Nice.
Dude, last second, he gets knocked out with a left hook. So loses that.
Damn it.
Goes into the UFC, becomes one of the biggest superstars in the UFC. All of a sudden, here comes Pereira from kickboxing into UFC.
Oh, no.
Starts beating, he fought like 4 dudes and beat their asses. Mm-hmm. Got the title shot to fight Israel. Getting his ass beat. He almost got knocked out in the first round. Getting his ass beat. Easy win for Israel. Dude, last 50 seconds. Gets left hook. Done for.
Takes him down.
He didn't go down. The ref stopped it. So Israel lost his belt.
Damn it.
Yeah. So, the memes are like, oh, Israel learned how to cook or something. And then it's a photo of Pereira with like some meat or something.
Yeah.
Everything that Israel gets into, Pereira's doing and does it better.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the rematch. I really like Israel. Okay. I was kind of a hater of him when he first came out because he was fighting like nobodies and he had such big hype. But then like, I started calling him out. I don't know if that's what it was, but dude, all of a sudden he starts fighting all the gnarly guys and beating the shit out of them. So once you start doing that, you can't, you have to give credit where it's due.
Right.
So he's fought all the top guys in his division, destroyed everyone. So now he's fighting this guy. So I really like him.
Okay.
I think he's worthy. I think he's really talented. So I hope.
You're taking Israel?
I hope he wins.
Okay, I'll take the other one.
Okay. And then in the Gilbert Burns fight, with Mazadov obviously being the bigger name. He claimed, I think, if he loses this, he's quitting or whatever.
Okay.
I would like to see Mazadov win because I do want to see him challenge for the belt with some other people. If he loses, we'll see. But the problem with him is like he talks a lot and he comes in very lazy, I think. And he's really like, he's a street fighter.
Yeah.
So he's very confident with his boxing and street fighting that I think he comes in super lazy. And we saw this with the Cheeto fight just like a few weeks ago.
Cheeto?
Where he came in and basically let the guy dominate him for 2 rounds. And that's how they say, like, oh, Cheeto starts very slow.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. You start slow, you lose those 2 rounds, but you're not fighting a bum.
Yeah.
That guy, if he continues to do good with the other 3 rounds, then you just lost your fight.
Yeah.
For nothing.
Do you think he's like saving energy and hoping he'll get him tired?
That's what I think. I think he like saves energy and, like he just has that much confidence in his like fighting, like his boxing that he's going to knock someone out. But what happens when that guy is like super tough and you're not going to knock him out?
Yeah, lasting all the rounds and stuff.
So you're going to lose.
I was just asking that because like 2000 probably when I raced outdoor nationals, there was this kid that I was always faster than. And he would always get a national number every year.
Who was it?
Aaron Dieter.
Oh.
Cool ass. He was at Tacoma he was the one passing around the tequila bottle when we got all hammered that year. But I figured out his game plan after I was done with nationals. So it'd be hot as hell. Like all the privateers, were working on our own bikes and shit. And he would ride like 5 laps of the first moto and then pull off the track. And then the second moto, he could ride all 35 minutes because he like basically raced 1 moto. And the second moto was in like me, a bunch of other dudes were tired as hell, and he'd get like 11th place finishes.
So he would get last and then 11th, and that would put him.
He didn't care about overall; he just cared about getting points.
Right.
And I'm like, what a genius move! How come I didn't think of that?
Yeah.
Because at Millville one time I was running like 11th, and I couldn't pull it, dude. Halfway mark came out; it was so hot and humid.
Yeah.
We had to ride morning qualifiers, so that's all. Back to your topic. That's why I was wondering if there's a strategy there, like wear them out the first couple of matches, make sure you're not taking no hits or rounds, and then.
I mean, honestly, I do think that is the strategy sometimes. And I think it's like you just have that much confidence in your striking. But it depends on your opponent. If that person doesn't get knocked out, like you just lost like 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And then you just gave them 2 rounds and then you start picking it up towards the 4th round. So maybe you win a round or maybe you knock them out. But like a lot of times you don't.
That's a sketchy game plan.
Yeah. So that's why
But you got to cheer. His name's Jorge, dude.
I know. I'm going for him.
You have to.
It's King of Miami, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going for him, but he has let me down quite a bit in the past.
Well, this weekend we'll tell.
Yeah. So that's this weekend.
Okay.
That should be a good one. This pay-per-view. So, let's pay Dana a little bit more because, Are you
going to pirate it?
No, that's a good one. I need to.
Never know with you.
Need to get it good.
You do some suspect shit when it comes to the UFC.
It's not pirating when someone else provides the link to me. All right, let's talk about the Masters.
Yep. Best tournament of the year.
Who you got winning this?
In my fantasy, I picked Jordan Spieth. So there's a weird stat about it. He always plays Augusta super good. I think last year or the year before was like the only time he's missed the cut.
Is he a live guy?
No.
PGA
He's
guy?
PGA guy, yeah. And he has this weird stat. Like I think the last 2 or 3 Easter Sundays, he's won the whole tournament. And Masters falls on Easter Sunday, the final round.
Damn.
And his game's been pretty good. And I just like the dude. Even though, dude, my Jordan Spieth story, back to like celebrities kind of being dicks, but maybe they're not. I did a thing for the PGA Tour.
Is he the one that's married to Gretzky's daughter?
No, Dustin Johnson.
Okay, well, he sucks then.
Yeah. But I did a thing at Torrey Pines for the PGA, like a Facebook Live show one time. Mm-hmm. And, I knew a couple people within the tour. So when we weren't filming, I went around and talked to some people. And KBS Shafts, they're like a huge shaft company. They had their truck there. And I walk in and I know the dude, or had met the dude and was talking to him about shafts. And like, so the back of his trailer has like a slider door. And I'm like, all right, dude, good talking to you, whatever. And I open the slider door to go out and Spieth's coming up the stairs. And I'm like, oh shit. So I like reopen the door and like hold it open for him and he walks right past me. I'm like,
he's a you peasant.
Yeah, I'm like, you son of a bitch. But he looked pretty pissed. I think something was going on. But, talking with Foster, he was always like, dude, you can't hold an opinion off that. I'm like, I don't. I still like the dude. But I'm like, dude, where's like the thank you?
Yeah.
Like it reminded me of like a little rich kid or something. You know?
Yeah.
But I still like him. So
yeah, when you hold the door for someone.
Yeah, I was being a gentleman, dude. Yeah. And I was scared. He looked mad. So I got Spieth. I'm not sure if he wins or not, but I picked him in my pool. Scotty Scheffler looks good. I don't think Tiger will do very good. These guys are playing it, not being a dick. Just these guys are playing at such a different level. You got like Rahm and Scheffler have won like 80% of the golf tournaments this year. Like they're on another level. You got Rory, all these dudes. I mean, dude, that's always been our conversation, right? It's like when McGrath came into Supercross, he was coming in racing like 30 to 40 year olds, and he was 19 with style, and he changed Supercross.
Yeah,
Tiger changed golf. Mm-hmm. He was playing in a sport with like, like look at John Daly. He's smoking and drinking on the course, and a lot of like older beer belly type dudes. And Tiger came as this young fit kid and changed golf. Well, what he did is basically breed a whole new generation of, now like PGA Tour is so hard to pick a winner now because there's literally 40 dudes that if their game lines up on that weekend, they're winning the tournament. So, Tiger's done well. I mean, he's done awesome for the sport. He's grown it, but I just you can't play 3-4 times a year now, especially with his injuries, but you can't play 3 or 4 times a year now and expect to go out there. Win, I'm talking like even damn near making the cut. I'm not even saying like, like top 3 or whatever. So, but it's still good to see him out there. The live guys are there because all the majors, basically if you've won one, like the Masters, if you win a Masters, you get to come back for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And they already said they're not getting into the he said, she said bullshit. So you got Dustin Johnson, Patrick Reed, Cam Smith, like all these dudes that are coming off live. So it's kind of fun for us to watch because we don't get to watch those dudes no more.
Right.
And so like I'm pretty stoked on that. Unfortunately, it's our one weekend that there's super good weather. So it's going to be kind of hard for me just to like sit on the couch all day and watch it, but definitely log some hours.
Yeah. Get motivated and go out there and try some stuff.
Chunk the ball and then come home.
I'm picking Rahm for the win.
Rahm? Yeah, that's a good pick. So that's what I'm saying is if that dude's game's on this week, he's unbeatable.
Yeah. Him
and Scheffler, dude, they're like on another level. Like there hasn't really been a dominant PGA player since like the Tiger days because of what I just said.
Yeah.
Like even Rory, he's like, technically he's got the best swing on tour and he wins maybe once a year now. It's like, it's so weird. So Rahm's a great pick.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's what we got. Quick question though.
I'll answer it.
So I went out with Hitter Dave.
Yeah.
And he went and got some new clubs, new putter and stuff like that. So I kind of want to know your opinion because you have been fitted and then, you're talking about like the shafts and knowing the people there and all that kind of stuff. It seems like there's, just like on anything, phones, anything, there's a new something that comes out every year.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
So I want to ask you, like, do you think that the new clubs coming out, compared to like a year ago or 2 years ago are that much better? Or is it just for marketing for money?
It's just marketing for money. Golf is the best sport ever to suck amateurs into it, right? Because like a dirt bike, like they come out with new dirt bikes every year, but dude, you're not going to spend $12,000 on a 450 every year.
Yeah.
But like a set of
usually there's something different about it.
Yeah, a little bit something different. And same with golf clubs, there is something different. Like the driver 10 years ago to the driver now.
Yeah.
It's meant for players like us. We can adjust the head now, shafts, but what I'm saying with that is like with amateur golfers, dude, we switch our swing all the time. Just naturally, like one day you can swing good and one day you can swing like shit. So it's like, I've gotten fitted before and then literally like a month later, I felt like my swing was totally different. So if I'm getting my lie angle like one up or, one flat or, I'm getting this de-lofted or whatever, it's like 2 months later, I'm probably swinging the club totally different. So like now I just basically get like a pretty basic setup and go out and play. And, like when you do get to like inside of 10, you know more about your clubs. You know, like that's how I got good at dirt bikes. I always tinkered with my dirt bike, but I'm not telling you to go spend $4,000 a year because there's a new driver, new iron set out.
Yeah.
Like get a setup that is good for you and it'll last you, 4 to 5 years. Like my roommate Bubs, dude, he's a 4 or 5 handicap right now. And he just got new clubs after like 5 years. And he had kind of like, they call them like player forgiveness clubs. They're the ones like if you miss.
That's what I need.
Yeah. If you miss the ball, it goes. So he was playing with those and he's a 5 handicap.
Yeah.
But now he just went to like a little more aggressive, like tour style club and he's like playing even better now.
Yeah.
So something like that's good. But like you, me, Hater Dave, like we don't need the top of the line shit all the time.
Yeah.
Go get a good set right now, because like the technology is definitely better than even 5 years ago, but you don't need to be a guy chasing it every year. And,
because it's for the money.
100% for the money. Yeah. Like they come out with like a tailor-made stealth driver and then the next year it's the stealth 2 and it's like, are you going to notice the difference between the 1 and the 2?
Yeah.
Probably not, so, but that's just life. I don't know why they pump so much stuff out, but for guys like you and me, like my clubs I got now, like the only reason why I ever switch clubs is because I luck out and get stuff for free. I kissed the right ass and dirt bikes did me good. You know what I mean?
Point me to that ass.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, Hater Dave should get a good quality set right because he's a freaking good golfer. When we golfed with him at Eagle Valley, he played well. And so if you're a good golfer and you do love it, spend some money on it, but don't do it every year.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he has a good set, but it just, going to the golf store with him and, looking at all the clubs, I'm like, dude, they come out with new clubs like every year. So it just made me think about that. Like, what's your opinion on it? And, I kind of figured it's more for the money than actually like, you're going to notice a difference.
100%.
Especially people like us.
Like us, yeah. Yep.
All right. So to end the show, I have some rules over Augusta.
Okay.
Obviously, we're not there, so we don't have to follow them. But there's absolutely no running. So get good at your speed walking or get there early and trying to figure out your space, Yep. You can only sit in your folding chair. So they give you a folding chair. You can find your spot. You put it down. That's where you're at all day. You can walk around, but that's your spot.
Huh. Weird.
So you can't like be getting up and,
Yeah.
And it's like kind of like a common thing that like, everyone knows, like you're not going to move a chair once it's already there.
Right. Yeah.
And that's not your
respecting.
chair.
Yeah.
So that's that. No sitting on the grass.
No
sunbathing.
I can see that.
No phones allowed.
Yep. I know the no phones.
No tipping. So you can't tip like anyone there, like when you pay for something. And I guess that's like from the founder of Augusta there. He said he didn't want anyone to be treated different by giving tips or whatever.
Huh. So, they're very old and traditional. That's what I do love about the place.
Yeah. No coolers on the course.
Makes sense.
Shoes will remain on.
Okay.
And hats must be worn forward, not backwards.
Yeah, that's all respectable golf stuff.
Yeah, so, think back to what golf really is and, not like the live stuff now or kind of waste management whatsoever. Just traditional ways, got to have some respect. So dude, they demand that there.
And I think it's true because everyone posts about it, but dude, they've never changed their menu prices.
Yeah.
With inflation. I mean, dude, I'm talking like a beer is like $3. Like a ham and cheese sandwich is like $1.50 or something on the menu. Yeah. Like
that's been a big talking point of Augusta this year. The pimento
cheese sandwich, dude. It's like their staple. And I think I don't know, but I think it's like $1.50.
Yeah. I think it was like $3.50.
Yeah. Because all the memes pages post, they're like, if you have $10 in your pocket, what do you get?
Yeah.
And I was like, 3 beers. I'll eat later. I'll eat the grass if I have to. It's probably pure, dude.
Well, I mean, that's probably against the rules.
Yeah, it's not. You just pulled the rule. It doesn't say you can't eat the grass.
There were some rules I didn't write because they were for like the broadcasters.
Okay.
So I guess like if you're the broadcaster, you can't say rough because there is no rough at Augusta.
Okay.
So they can't. Oh, that landed in the rough.
And they're in the second or third cut.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. Golf's a weird but cool sport.
Yeah. I mean, I like the tradition and I like going somewhere that's like real classy because it's not like an everyday thing.
Yeah.
But then I also like the changing of the tide. Like the new people coming into golf and being golf fans are way different from the people back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You want to go have fun, bring some beers.
But then, what's funny is like, yeah, we're a little more rowdy, but the golfers are almost more pussies now. Dude, because remember the old footage of like Arnold Palmer? He'd be putting on the green at Augusta with a cig hanging out of his mouth. He was like, modern day John Daly back then or whatever. So like all those dudes were smoking and stuff and having their whiskeys after.
Yeah.
Now it's like an athletic sport.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways, but we are definitely more disrespectful as fans.
As fans, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Mm-hmm. That'd be sick to see Tiger roll up to the green with a big old stove hanging out of his mouth. I'd be so happy on that.
Yeah. Well, nowadays it'd probably be like a weed pen.
Yeah. Dude, just a cloud of smoke coming off him as he's walking down the fairway.
Yeah.
He's not running. He's walking.
Walking, yeah. So those are some rules for Augusta. So, when we go next year, we're going to really follow them.
I'm going to bring backwards hat, flip-flops, and a cooler.
Yeah. Sunbathing.
Maybe I listen to this waste management, dude. I'm here to rip.
Yeah, we need to get shredded. So
dude, I just need to get shredded. Yeah, us.
I went riding yesterday.
I did a hike.
Feel good?
I did not feel good.
Okay.
I was wheezing so hard. Felt like I had asthma.
A little wheezy.
Little wheezy, dude.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging with the boys. My name's Jorge. This is Mike. Catch us on all our social medias. That's theboys_pod. Instagram, everywhere. You can watch this video on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch it on Spotify and listen to this podcast basically anywhere you listen to podcasts.
And talk shit to us.
Yeah.
Leave us some comments that say, you guys suck. Mike's voice is nasally. No, that's all right. Go ahead. As you were.
Yeah, we already know that. So don't tell us.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.